Hello and welcome back to Crafty Springfield. So guys, after making the first Blocko and it turned out quite small, I thought, okay, let's up a game. Let's do the one I was on about. Let's make it like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to double that up, and literally we can do the edges here, but more importantly we want to do the back piece. So this is now 5 by 5. So that'll be our 4th and 5th, and then our middle one down there, so we can go all the way around. Now don't forget, some of these pieces are only going to be studded, which means they're also going to be sticking out the very opposite way. So when we come to here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. We'll take it out 3 layers first, just to make sure we know where we're going. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Going to go up another row, and then on the opposites, and we're still going to come out 1 extra, like that, and pull it back in. Now I do wonder, when we do this, should we push it in 1, or would that defeat the point of Blocko? So we can keep it like this, which is completely fine, but it just kind of winds me up. So I want to do a row like this, and this time we want 2 studs, which means it has to kind of be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be the same as this one. So that'll be a 3rd, 4th, and a 5th, and then studs on every other one in between. Then we just want, see, it's another orange. We've got the orange clay, but it doesn't look so nice. So let's just trade that orange in and let's find a different colour, something a bit more colourful. We're gonna have to go with a magenta, I think. We'll knock out the blue for now, and this one's just going to be the full, it's just a full block, but for 5 by 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And actually it goes a bit taller than that, sorry. And the way we're going to have to work this out is switch over to our red over here, and this one we do need the double layers, so literally like that. And let's work this out. We'll be up to 1 stud right there, and from off of that 1 stud on the same level, this wall will actually stop. So we get to there. Now we're there, we can just carry on working out this one. And this one's going to need 3 studs, so we're up to there, and now there, and like I say, and 3 studs, so we need to go that a little bit higher again. Now, oh, yeah, and right now we can layer on in front and drop it down. So I like blocks like this. Blocks like this, they look great. I would love to do the whole building out of these sort of blocks, but then it would look kind of odd. And then we've got these flat ones that really take a bit away from the build, which is annoying. Now we've changed over to the magenta because I don't want to use hard clay. It doesn't look colourful enough, or friendly enough, if I'm honest. Friendly enough. So there we go, we're up to our top on the red, so now we just need this orange back out. And this is going to be another one that we literally do the back layer rather than the front. So we're going to pull it out, both sides, and then we're going to start layering this layer up. So we'd have a stud here, then we're going to go up 1 layer, and then another one, there's another stud there. So this block has ended up higher, so we're going to have to knock this down 1 block by the looks of it. So now we're going to extend this one down rather than end up with a taller block than we're supposed to. And we do that. So now our magenta is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's now 7 high. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 high on there as well. So now we're going to step over. We want to do our purple exactly the same as the red here. Now the problem is this does end up stepping out further than it should. I don't know why, it's just the way we're doing the studs and the way the picture has actually done it compared to the way we're doing it. We're trying to get it exactly the same length as the red, but then as soon as we add this now extra block on, so now once we put this one on, it's now one out further than the rest of the building. It is annoying, but can't be helped, I suppose. And the other part is we can't really do the sign as such. So that's to there. We now need another blue, but this one will be completely solid, so we want to find a different blue. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to do that exactly the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, same as the other. And then back over to our orange. Let's get rid of these for a second. And this one is outside studs as well. And it works out we need to step out one extra. At least I think, yeah, it does, yeah. Because we want to make it look even on the studs there. So now we've got 1, 2. Third layer of studs. And then our final layer there. That then leaves 2 rows of green. And bearing in mind we haven't been doing the backs of these either. And then this should be the same height as the red next to us. Which is fine because we are. Oh, looking at my picture then, not the screen. So now we got this. Now if we drop down, go and place in 1, 2, 3, 4 studs on there. And then we got one more orange piece to do here. And this piece will have studs on as well. I guess this will be the 5. And this one will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's still bearing in mind that we haven't done this side. So we'll just have to remember that when we're actually coming around there to do the bits. Now, let's have a look how tall we are. It's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. Now, we're going to have to work this part out by the blocks that are already there. So we're going to come halfway in. 1, 2, 3. It would have to be 5 really. So that would be 5. I'm going to have to do this for, I think, 3 rather than anything else. Then we got our red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need this to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There'd be blocks, studs on each of those like that. And the rest of these blocks are all going to be the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to line that up. One, 2, 4. Stepping over to the green, exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 4 studs on there as well. And then we're going to step over to a purple, which is just going to be 1, 2 and 3, just to finish off the front. So it'll then be like that. We then need to copy the other side. And we did do that to the 2 layers. Oh, thank you. Woo! I thought we were going to have to do all that again then. And we've stepped out. Let's go to here. 1, 2 out from there. I think we're going to be 2 above. So like that. And bearing in mind we need to actually pull out the other side to start working on the detail rather than the inside. But it is now worked back out like that. So that one's, oh, wrong one. There we go. So we end up like that. So start pulling this down. Okay, now there's our first brick back in. Then we're going to go over to the magenta. The best thing I can do for myself here is to basically do the bottom block first, which you already know is a 5. So let's just pull this down a little just to know where I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Perfect. Not perfect because we're not in line. Okie dokie. So let me just catch back up. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5th. Right there. This row can go before we start getting confused. And I'm pretty sure that one actually needed to be built with a stud on as well. So I think I just knocked away. Oh no, I didn't. It was on the other side, wasn't it? That's fine. So we're just gonna highlight around and do. It's a long way there, but we actually got there in the end. And I'm gonna line up this one. Oh. These blocks just haven't minded their own. So there we go. Front column is done. Obviously we still need to put that hood in as well, like the actual sign itself. Let's get that clay out. Now, if I'm looking at this, it would take what? 1, 2, 3. No, it would take 5. I don't know. Let's have a gander here. So looking at it this way, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Blocko. What do you know, that's a 3. Maybe we could get lucky here. Maybe. So let's get a clay out straight in front of this one. We just want to be there. And then if I have got enough room, let's just say we run it to there for now. We know then that we're at least 8 up, and 8's a pretty good number to be up in the air. it just means, will the words fit? This wasn't planned. I didn't realise that we would be at that sort of distance. If it does, happy days. If it doesn't, it don't matter. So, working on this, I'm going to switch over to something white. Now we could use the quartz just to get around it a bit quicker, but I'm thinking probably the white wall is going to be a bit more forgiving. Now I'm hoping we sort of can work this out. So that'll be 5. Now what I'm hoping is that it fits, but it doesn't turn out that I've actually left it somewhere else and we're too close on one side compared to the other. Oh. Nope, doesn't fit. How far off are we? So if I moved the B over, I could take one off the L, one off the end, so we'd end up with 2 blocks, so 1, 2, 3 if I edit the C as well, that'll work. So okay, we're going to move this sign. I thought we were going to have to do a little bit of alteration then to actually make it fit, but I think we can get away with this. I can't guarantee it, but we'll give it a damn good go. Oh god. Right, so we get right over to the edge. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we have to go 5 because the B instantly makes it so we have to, and the K will obviously do the same. So we're now stuck on 5. We're only going to do 2 for that one. So now we've already saved 2 blocks. We can't go any different than the 5 on these and the 3 in length. The C, we're only going to do 1 to there. I'm going to go straight to the middle. Ooh, I think we are literally kind of close. We've got 3 left. So, will this still look like a K? That's what worries me. I think it does. If it doesn't, it looks like Blocko, which, I don't know, sounds good to me. You want a Blocko? So yeah, let's get that red clay back in. Lovely jubbly. Let's jump down, let's lose the white wall. Grab our cyan clay. Now for this we now are going to have a little bit more room, which is quite nice. I'm going to step it in 2, 3, maybe to the 4th. I'm going to stretch this over, so far we know we can have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do the same over here, just, okay, we're not obviously going to close in on each other, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5's a perfect number for 2 doors in the middle. In fact, get out there, get out there, build this one up, right up to the top there. We'll cut the door off at some sort of height. Now I know it's a bit bigger than what we were aiming for, but at the cost, I think it's going to look a lot better. And the other one I was a little bit like, looking at it, this one, I'm thinking it says Blocko. That's good enough for me. Windows are big. We still got to finish off one side as well before I forget and I'll just retire the video like, yeah, we did it. We made a sign. There we go. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was that the 5th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's break off the door. Back to glass. Splibbity plop. Let's get our glass pane out. Whoop. And we leave literally the one in the middle, I think. And we leave it ready for free. Or the other option is to make the sliding door effect, where basically you just do one layer of this one side and then the other side in blocks. But I'm just more thinking it's gonna look better this way, I think. So that is now our front, which I think is pretty cool. Wondering whether to do a quick block of that cyan around the sides, but I'm thinking let's just get this done. Oh, I've chucked away my red wall already. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bingo. Now obviously when you get back on the inside, you're going to have to cut off your ceiling at a certain point, and until you do, you're probably going to want to layer your blocks 2 layers, otherwise you are going to miss the fact that when you look at them, half of them are missing on the inside. It's not an issue, it doesn't bother me personally. For me personally, I won't really use the inside, but the fact that it is so big, I will probably actually do some sort of an inside to this, because like with Mo's, when they look pretty good, you tend to make the extra effort for it. Like the small one, okay, it's nice, it works if you want to keep everything at that size, and that's cool, you know, if that's what you want to do. But for me, I like it when it all comes together. So guys, if you have any interests that you want done for the Kids Corner or for the Family Guy Cohog or any other new projects at all, or maybe even the Roblox, just please let me know. Because at the moment I'm trying to get back into doing the Kids Corner again. Just purely because it has been some time since I've done it. And obviously the ones I did do weren't of best quality, so I've really got to do them again as well. And I think I'm going to try and start the second channel just for normal gaming, because I try mixing it into this channel and I've noticed it gets a mixed response, and I think part of that is because obviously there's a few younger generation on here as well, which I do try to watch language and stuff like that, and then there's the other part that if you've come here to watch Minecraft, you haven't really come here at all with the intention of watching me game, because you already watched someone else. So I will still do my games with gold on this one and any of the younger sort of appropriate games, but apart from that I am going to try and switch them over to a different channel and get that all set up, and then it's just a case of stressing out trying to make it work between two. Now this one needs to stretch out the extra one like we've done on the other side. Sorry guys, I was talking to you instead of explaining. So this is both 5x5, basically exactly the same as we've done on the other side. This one will go up the extra layer, an extra 2 compared to the blue. So literally 1 and 2, so it's 7 high. Then we're going to switch over to the green, and that will be 2 high. So like that. Then we're going to switch back over to our orange, and this one is actually going to be a block. So we're going to switch inwards and then start layering up our back as well, just to make sure that we can put them blocks in. So just bear with me for a moment, just while I find out for sure where I am. So literally, let me just make sure what I'm on about. Actually, I am way off. It wasn't one at all. So I was looking at the other one thinking that one's one, but I must have just double layered it because I was trying to remind you guys that we hadn't done it over the other side. So there we go, that one is now done. We should have actually done this one as well. So put our studs on this one. Oh. Now I find it kind of crazy that we're already building this big one, because I really wasn't going to. Like, I just thought it was too big, it's not going to work, it's going to be way too big for the Springfield itself. But no, I'm definitely glad we did. It's just literally quite a nice building. And this one should be like 8 rows of studs, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And now we want to do exactly the same with red. I think I was saying in the last video, or in the beginning of this video, that basically sometimes people say about the size of it and about how it doesn't go with the rest. Now honestly, I look at that and I just think, well, what are you on about? Literally, I would take this one any day over the other one, just purely because it literally looks like it's supposed to. Let's just go ahead and layer our back wall at least. At least for me, I'm just going to layer this one quickly, just so I don't get confused when I drag the wall down. So I now know that is all ready. This one needs to be done as well. Now guys, if the quality has dropped too much, please let me know. It's only me, I've tweaked it down to a 720, just purely because Minecraft was literally blowing my processor out of the ground while recording videos, but yet can play literally demanding graphic games easily. So I've turned it down just to see if it makes any big difference. So I'm going to drop this one down. Because we've got the size here, I'm going to drop it down one, because obviously the blocks are going to be building up above it. The back wall behind us obviously only needs to be clay as well, and I'm just going to use the cyan clay standard. Obviously try to remember to put the double sides of your blocks on, otherwise you're going to start building into them and forget all about them. But it doesn't really matter too much, because you're probably going to put a ceiling on way before it gets up to this level inside that shop anyway. So now basically guys, I'm not sure if the video is basically done for you guys, because I am not going to do really anything different than I done from the other one, except I am going to pull this roofer across quickly and then start putting on a couple of blocks on the front. And I need to put that one last piece of clay back in. It's really bugging me looking at that down there. I spy with my little eye. Someone's nicked one of my cyan blocks. And I'm just going to fill in my last bits up the top here, just to make it look a bit more normal. And chuck one across there. And the same as like in the last video, we can only really do it one of two ways. So the best thing we can really do is just use a block that we haven't quite used yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Double layer that one up and layer up the back. So that's our third layer, fourth layer, fifth layer. Gonna have to do it like that and drop it down and in. Obviously place our stud in the middle and run our cross layer across the top. And then I'm just going to use a red on this one, and I don't want to put it in the same place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. This one I think I'll just put some studs on. So 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3 and our last one there. And realistically all we have to do is just drop down the side, and that's only if you're worried about someone peeking over the top. Oh. There is a couple of little bits on top of the roof, but basically just two big air fans, which is basically 3 by 2 block like that, and they're basically on both sides. Oh. So just be like that, like 2 little aircon units. It's up to you guys if you want to put that in. You could realistically put, say, another block in between. We'll try and make it look like half of it's in the ground. So there's a stud. And this would be our top layer. So kind of like that. And obviously the back is just literally I'm going to put in cyan all the way across. Oh, sorry about that. Really croaky. And we're just going to put in a couple of these, and if I just brighten it up, quick doodly doo, put a couple in the wall there. And just a couple over here. And we could really run them up above a window like that, just to really brighten the place up. It's not as if it's not going to do you any favours. And literally all of this back inside here is literally just going to be, well, it's your colour preference. If you want to do anything else, it's up to you. And basically for the floor you could just do carpet in the same kind of blocks like that. Or basically just literally I'm going to block all mine in, and I'm going to leave it there, guys, and then just show a quick picture from the front. So I'll be back in a quick sec. And there you have it, guys. It is literally finished. That is the Blocko store. I'm still got the smaller one over the other end of the Springfield, because I'll keep them both. The other one is a nice little small shop. It's fine. This one obviously looks more like the Blocko. For a start, it says Blocko, so obviously I would love to see what you're doing for interior for this. But from me, guys, that's another building done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.